The next morning greeted Alexis with a migraine of fluorescent light and the faint odor of something burnt wafting through the hallway vents. She paused just inside the front doors of the school, coffee clutched in one hand, anxiety curling low in her stomach. Day 2. No longer the shiny new arrival, now just a rookie hoping not to crash and burn. As she made her way toward her classroom, voices echoed from around the corner. Teachers. One distinctly belonged to Principal Harris, gruff, slow-speaking, the kind of tone that sounded like she was always halfway between suspicion and a nap.
Look, I'm just saying, Ruby, we've got to make decisions based on impact. Do you know how many students go to college for biology alone? And don't even get me started on that coding nonsense.
Alexis froze, instinctively slowing her steps. Ruby's voice followed, calm but firm.
Students need foundational science, Harriet. You can't make them future-ready by slashing lab time and pretending calculators replace curiosity.
I'm not slashing, I'm reallocating. The school board is watching our athletic performance. You know how they are. Wins mean money. The science budget can take a hit for a semester or two.
Ruby was slightly annoyed, even if she didn't show it.
Funny how it's always science or tech that takes the hit, but it's never the football team's Gatorade fund.
Alexis backed away silently and ducked into her classroom. Her hands trembled slightly as she set down her bag. She felt a little sick. That coding nonsense was her entire curriculum. No wonder the tech lab was still running Windows Vista, and half her mice looked like they'd been gnawed by squirrels. It was Ruby who showed up 10 minutes later, breezing into Alexis's classroom without knocking, and plopping a granola bar onto her desk like a peace offering.
She's a fossil. Don't take it personally. She thinks tech peaked with dial-up.
I heard. Not great for morale. Is this how it always is? Just fighting to prove your class deserves to exist?
Basically. But don't worry. We'll rally the nerds. There's strength in numbers here. Thanks. And we're having a proper coffee break in the lounge today. You, me, and Harvey. No cafeteria sludge. I brought French roast this time. You in?
After the morning she'd had, that was the easiest yes of the day. The teacher's lounge at midday was slightly less depressing than it had been yesterday. The overhead lights flickered only mildly, and someone had wedged a broken chair under the vending machine to keep it from tipping forward like the leaning tower of Doritos. Ruby was already at the counter working a travel French press like a woman on a mission. Harvey stood beside her, sleeves rolled up, arms crossed, sipping from a cracked ceramic mug with an unbothered expression. He glanced up as Alexis entered, and that slow, quiet smile of his tugged at the corner of his mouth.
Ah, you made it, Reed. We were starting to think you'd been sacrificed to the printer gods.
I was almost sacrificed to the principal's budget knife.
She muttered, dropping her lunch onto the table. Harvey winced.
Let me guess. A run-in with Harris?
Apparently I'm teaching coding nonsense.
Charming. Next she'll be telling us the internet is a passing fad.
Ruby poured coffee into a mismatched mug and handed it to Alexis like she was offering holy water.
So, we're staging an unofficial rebellion. It involves caffeine and passive aggression.
Harvey leaned back in his chair and sipped slowly.
You know, Where I'm from, we'd say the buttercuts are like trying to fix a leaky roof with a chocolate teapot.
A what?
Chocolate teapot.
What does that even mean?
It means useless, Lex, like it would melt. It's a Britishism.
Oh, I thought it was a weird dessert metaphor.
It is a dessert metaphor, just not a useful one.
Alexis shook her head, smiling despite herself.
So, what I'm hearing is you speak in riddles and I need a decoder ring.
You'll get used to him. It took me 3 months and a notebook.
Harvey raised a brow.
I'm delightfully consistent, thank you.
A pause settled, comfortable now, easy. The kind that made Alexis feel like maybe, just maybe, she wasn't quite as alone in this strange new place. Harvey tapped a finger on his mug.
You know, I could help you draft something. A proposal, maybe. Something about why computer science matters. Maybe get a few others behind it.
Alexis looked up, surprised.
Are you sure?
You shouldn't have to defend your worth every day. If Harris wants numbers and outcomes, we'll give her some.
Ruby raised her cup.
Rebel Nerd Alliance forming as we speak.
Alexis smiled, warmth blooming quietly in her chest.
Thanks, both of you.
She didn't say the rest aloud, but she felt it like a whisper. I think I'm going to like it here. It felt like a beginning. The hallway after lunch buzzed with the usual chaos of slamming lockers and students bargaining for vending machine snacks. Alexis was weaving through the tide of backpacks and half-finished conversations when she saw him, sitting alone on the bench across from her classroom, hoodie up, staring down at a cracked phone screen like it might tell him how to disappear. His name was Ethan Rains. She recognized him from third period. Quiet, always sat near the back. Dark, curly hair that flopped over his forehead and made him look younger than the roster said he was. He hadn't said much in class except to ask if the school's computers could run Unity or Python. He looked up as she approached. His face was a careful mask of blankness, but his shoulders were hunched like he was trying to take up less space.
Hey.
Alexis said, gently stopping in front of him.
Everything okay?
Ethan blinked, like the question surprised him.
Yeah. I mean, I just needed a sec.
She hesitated, then lowered her voice.
You want to talk inside for a minute, just to get out of the noise?
He nodded once, barely, and followed her into the room. Once the door closed behind them, the din of the hallway fell away, replaced by the hum of idle machines and the soft click of her boot heels across the floor. Alexis sat on the edge of her desk and motioned to the chair in front of it. Ethan dropped into it with a heaviness that didn't belong to someone his age.
I'm not in trouble, right?
He asked quickly.
No, not at all.
She offered a calm smile.
I just noticed you looked like you needed a minute, and I figured you might not have many of those.
He fidgeted with the sleeve of his hoodie.
My mom always says, don't talk about stuff at school. Just keep your head down, do the work, don't make it worse.
Alexis folded her hands together and waited a beat before speaking.
Well, I'm not your mom, and sometimes keeping your head down means no one notices when you're drowning.
That got him. His jaw twitched, and he looked away sharply.
My brother's been in and out of the house.
He muttered.
He's supposed to be clean, he's not. My mom works nights, so I'm the one dealing with it. Half the time I don't even get sleep. I can't focus.
Alexis felt a quiet ache bloom in her chest.
That's a lot for anyone, especially a teenager.
I used to go to the library to get away,
Ethan added.
but they cut the hours and my laptop's busted.
You said you were interested in programming?
Yeah, I messed with Python. Built a little chat bot last year for fun.
Her eyebrows lifted.
That's awesome, Ethan.
Doesn't matter. Nobody cares about computer stuff here.
Maybe not everyone, but I do.
She said firmly.
And you're in the right class. We'll find a way to make it work out.
He finally looked at her again, and for the first time there was a flicker of something behind his eyes. Not trust, not yet, but maybe the beginning of it. Then a knock. Harvey. He poked his head in, eyebrows lifting slightly when he saw the two of them.
Sorry, wasn't sure if you were in here.
Alexis waved him in, and he sat down.
It's fine. Ethan was just talking with me for a second.
Harvey's gaze shifted gently to the boy. Ethan Rains. Ethan sat up straighter, alarmed.
I didn't skip practice.
No one's accusing you of anything, May. Just came to drop off these papers. Didn't realize you two knew each other.
He's in my third period.
Alexis said, carefully. She glanced at Ethan, then back at Harvey.
We were talking about the school computers and a few other things.
Harvey gave a small nod.
Ethan's one of the best midfielders I've got. Quiet, but sharp. Knows how to read a game.
Ethan shifted in his seat, trying not to look pleased, but his cheeks colored just slightly. Alexis leaned forward.
You know, Coach, if there's ever an excuse to give him some free tech time in my lab, I'm happy to write it off as academic. He's got an eye for logic.
Harvey caught her meaning almost instantly, and his expression softened.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
Ethan looked between them, surprised.
Are you serious?
Alexis nodded.
Completely.
Tell you what, come in early before class a couple times a week, or after practice when you've got the time. She'll help you sort out the tech stuff, and I'll check in from my end.
For a moment, Ethan didn't say anything. Then his voice came quiet but steady.
Thanks.
Alexis smiled.
You've got people now.
Ethan stood slowly, the weight on his shoulders still there, but maybe a little lighter.
Okay, I'll come by tomorrow morning.
He slipped out the door, and the silence he left behind was thoughtful. Harvey let out a breath.
He's a good kid. Keeps too much to himself.
Alexis crossed her arms and smirked.
Sounds familiar.
Harvey gave her a look.
You comparing me to a moody 16-year-old?
Maybe just the emotionally repressed parts?
He huffed a laugh, then leaned against her desk, close enough that she caught the faint scent of grass and sweat and coffee.
That was good, Lex. He needed someone to see him.
Her cheeks flushed slightly at the way he said her name.
So did I. And so do a lot of kids like him. I'm not letting Harris's coding nonsense win.
Harvey smiled, quiet and warm.
Then neither am I.
And somehow, it didn't feel like just another Tuesday afternoon in a small-town school anymore. It felt like a beginning,